Effective groups and teams. We should remember that groups are part of every organization, which is already mentioned over here. In a group, there will be different types of members. Group morale is very important. Group morale normally is the morale of the individual members. And when you're working in a team, the presence of other people, and some of them will be very hardworking, their presence itself will be a motivation for we people. So, teams are very much helpful, or groups are very much helpful in an organization for working together, for staying together, and for achieving the organizational goals successfully. In this paragraph, you can see what is the meaning of a group. There we are all part of different groups, like there are family groups, friends group, maybe hobbies group, interest groups and all. In an organization also, there will be groups which are very much important or inevitable part of every organization. Of course, there are various disadvantages and all for group formation and all, but still we can say that it is very important. We can say that the advantages are actually more than the disadvantages. Now here you can see the meaning of the group. A formal definition: a collection of two or more people with a stable pattern of relationship between them. They will be sharing common goals and they are perceiving themselves or considering themselves as being part of a group. And in an organization, when groups are there, the people will be motivated to join. They consider the group as a common thing, unified thing for connecting people, for interacting with the people. And these individuals will be contributing in various ways to the group process, and they will be reaching a common agreement that will be taken after so many stages of disagreement through various forms of social interaction, and then they will be reaching a common agreement or a consensus. So we can see that in a group there will be people who are from different background. They are all mutually dependent of each other. That is, if there is a mutually dependent relationship, they are coming from different backgrounds, means there will be people from different personalities with different attitude, people coming from different areas, people of different gender, but still they tend to work together when they are part of a organizational or a work group. Here you can see types of groups. It can be divided into two basic types, that is formal and informal. And formal and informal groups are again subdivided into command, task, interest and friendship groups. So first we will see what is a formal group. It is a work group which is defined by an organizational structure, means it is given by the organization itself, which is very formal, where there will be formal communication happening. Their behaviors are also quite controlled by the organization, and their aim will be towards achieving the organizational goals. Formal groups are again classified into command and task. Command means they are specified by the organizational chart. There will be supervisor and subordinates working under them. It is like individuals will be reporting to their head, and they will be working under that particular supervisor. Like for example, there will be an HR manager and there are 10 employees working under him. That can be a formal group. The employees or subordinates are supposed to get the instructions or take the instructions from the superior. Then there is task group or temporary group. As the name suggests, it is temporarily formed. Like it is done in order to complete a job, a task, any particular job, task or a project work, but it is not necessary that they report to the same supervisor. For example, for completing a task, we may require employees from the HR department, sales department, finance department, but need not necessary that they all will be reporting to the same supervisor. And once the solution is found or once the task is completed, these groups will be dismantled. That is why it is known as a temporary group. Similarly, there are informal groups, which is not bound by any organizational restrictions, any organizational structure. They are not formally structured. They are part of natural formations in the work environment. They appear in response to the need for social contact. There are few employees from different departments. They regularly eat lunch together, or they might be people who are coming together from the same place, or they might be people who might be speaking the same language. All this will be coming under informal groups, which is not governed by any organization's rules and regulations. Informal group are again classified into interest group and friendship group. Interest groups means usually they are having a longer period. They continue over a longer period, last longer. They may not be part of the same organizational department, but they may be having some common interest. And their goals and objectives are also specific. They may not even be concerned with the organization's goals and objectives, like people who are attending badminton classes together, people who are attending swimming classes together, like that. Then there is friendship groups. These are often developed out of individuals' common characteristics, like maybe because they are of the same age, they are of the same ethnic heritage, and these are actually normally developed or earned outside the work situation. This is also another type of informal groups. Now, the reasons why people are joining the groups. There are various reasons why people join the groups, and all the groups will have their own benefits which are offered to the group members. Why do we all join the group? Because we need support. We need to stay united. We need proximity, interaction and influence. Proximity means staying near, together. One of the most common reasons why people join group is because they need support. They need to work near each other, and there is frequent interaction or contact between the team members. There is likelihood that they will be forming a group, and definitely the behavior of the individuals in a group will influence the behavior of the other people also in the group. So it is actually having a positive influence on the members. Same way negative also can be happen, like if we try to learn from another employee something wrong, that definitely negative influence also will be there. But more we can say that staying in a team, working in a team will bring us much more security, much more interaction between the team members, and it will definitely bring better results in an organization. We tend to need support, we need to be in proximity, or we need to be in touch with others. So because of this reason, we try to join a group. Same way security. Another strongest reason to join the group is for security or safety reasons. Like by joining any group, we can reduce our insecurity. Like for example, working in an organization, you can see that many organizations will be having unions, where these unions will be working together for the people. If the employees are feeling insecure, they can just take out the help from any unions, so that they are getting support from there. We feel stronger over here. Be it new employees or experienced employees, nobody like to stay alone. No employees would like to stay alone, because when they are staying alone, they will hardly get any support from other people. So being in a group, being part of any committee, being part of any group means it is a method, it's a way of getting assurance of help from other members as well. Similarly, esteem, improving the esteem. Meaning of esteem or self-esteem means liking or disliking towards oneself. An individual can definitely improve the self-esteem through group membership. We can gain esteem by becoming a member of a high status group. When we are associating with people in a high status group means it is reinforcing, because when we are part of a group, it helps us to learn a lot from other members as well. It helps us to learn about how the personality of other people are, how they are talking, how they are dressing up, how they are carrying themselves. All these things help us to create an influence on our personality as well. So it helps us to boost our esteem. Same way, power. Membership of groups offers power to the members in various ways. Like first of all, we can say that we are powerful because we are part of a group. United we stand, divided we fall. And there is strength in number. More the number means definitely the number is important. You stay alone and you stay in a group of 10 or 15 members, definitely the group will be having more power. Secondly, leadership of an informal group. It enables the individual to use power also. Like even if we are not part of any big position in the organization, still if we are having a strong group, if you are a member of a strong group, that itself is powerful over here. So like being part of a group which is a very important group, which is contributing a lot in the organization. Maybe you are a new employee, you have just joined the organization, but you have been selected to be part of a very prestigious working committee or a group in the organization. So even though you are not in a very high position in the organization, still your power is high because you are part of that prestigious high status group in the organization. So these are the various reasons why people join the groups. So groups are inevitable in every organization. Every organization wants to be successful, and we can see that organizations also need these groups in order to make the work much more simple and smoother. We cannot expect every time an individual to break his or her head over complex decision making process. At the same time, when that individual is being supported by many more members, the decision making process may become much more simpler and easier as well. And apart from that, we will get variety of options, a variety of alternatives, opinion, viewpoint, etc. when we are working in a team. But when you are working alone, you are limited to only your opinion. So overall, we can see that group formation is actually beneficial in every organization. It is actually helping them to break down the task in a much easier, much comfortable, productive manner. So you have to again remember what is the meaning of a group: collection of individuals who are mutually dependent. Even when you are part of a group, you cannot remain to stay aloof or stay alone. You need to be alert. You need to contribute whatever contribution is possible as an individual. You need to contribute that in a group. Otherwise, you will be isolated. At the same time, it's also important to see that the members in a group are respecting the rules and regulations, norms, and all which are mentioned in the groups. And it is very much important also to know that the disagreements will naturally happen in a group, because in a group, if it is 10 to 15 members, all these 10 to 15 members will be having varied opinions because they are all different personalities. But we should understand that even if we are having conflicting ideas or disagreements, or if you are having vague ideas, still ultimately you should have a common agreement or a consensus. That is known as consensus, common agreement or consensus, which will be the final voice of the group. So in a group, such kind of decision making is very important, and that is contributing a lot towards the organization's success. As I told you earlier, it will help in breaking down the complex task. As an individual, it will be very difficult for us to focus on complex, prominent, very important decision making process and all. But when we are in a group, this makes the work much more simpler. Because of these reasons and all, organizations always come forward to have groups. Some groups will be like people from same background, like for example HR people, they will be having HR, people who have specialized in HR rules, regulations. IT people will be having their own groups. Departments or units, all are examples of such groups. There may be even hybrid groups. Hybrid groups will be having members from various or varied interest. So in all these cases, we can see that when we compare the advantages and disadvantages of the groups, advantages are more. Of course, group decision making may be quite time consuming because we will have to hear the opinions of all the members in the group, but still, whatever decision is being taken over there, that will be much more stronger than when we compare with that of an individual's decision when he or she is taking alone. And when an individual is taking the decision alone, he or she may not be getting much support. But as a group, when we are giving our opinion, that may be much more acceptable in the organization. So this is about group. You should know what is the meaning of group. Then types of group, very important: formal and informal. Formal is divided into command and task. Informal is divided into interest and friendship. Informal groups are just like ones where informal communication is also there, where you are not supposed to be bound by any stricter control by the organization. You have your own method, or you have your own freedom, liberty in choosing your group members, because these are all people who are having common interest. But in a formal group, we don't have the liberty in choosing the members and all. Then We have also seen the reasons why people join the groups. It's for interacting, influencing and proximity, for getting security and safety of their job, and for esteem, improving in the esteem and power in the organization.